Most dystopian films show you a grand collapse. Nuclear war, meteors, zombies. The world ends dramatically, and you can't look away. Children of Men doesn't do that. Humanity hasn't produced a single child in 18 years. And the world hasn't collapsed because of that. The world has collapsed because people stopped caring. Newspaper headlines read, "World's oldest person dead." Does anyone stop for a second? No. Life goes on. People go to work, drink their coffee, watch the news. And that's exactly where Cuarón catches you. Because this picture feels familiar. Climate reports come out, and you scroll past them. War coverage hits, and you feel something for a moment. Then move on. The end of the world doesn't come with a bang. It comes with quiet indifference. Cuarón filmed this as science fiction in 2006. Now it feels like a documentary. At the center of the film is Theo. And Theo is not a hero. He drinks, he drifts. He has no grand ideals. He was once an activist, but that fire burned out a long time ago. He's buried himself in small, meaningless routines. The heroes of dystopian films usually rise at some point, believe in something, give everything to save the world. Theo saves nothing. He just carries a baby from one place to another. There's a concept in psychology called learned helplessness. When a person fails enough times, hits enough walls, they stop trying, because they've learned that doing something won't change the outcome. Theo is exactly at that point. His activism changed nothing. He lost Julian. The world collapsed anyway. The rational thing is to give up. But Theo doesn't give up. And that doesn't make him a hero. Because he's not acting out of conviction. He's just taking the next step in front of him. Tired, uncertain, broken. And that's exactly what Cuarón is telling us. Hope doesn't require resolve. Sometimes taking one more step is enough. Even when you can't find meaning. Even when the odds are impossible. Even when you can feel your own end coming. Theo's greatness isn't in his beliefs. It's in his continuing. The film contains long, uninterrupted single-take sequences. And this isn't just technical showmanship. It's the film's philosophical argument made visible. Think about what happens when a film cuts. You breathe. For a moment you step outside that world. Your mind says this is a film and pulls back to a comfortable distance. But Lubezki's camera doesn't cut. Theo runs, and you run with him. Blood splashes onto the lens, and you can't wipe it away. A character dies, and the camera doesn't stop to let you grieve. It keeps moving, because in that world, life keeps moving. This is Cuarón's greatest trap. There's no escape from that world. You're not watching as a comfortable spectator. You're watching as an uncomfortable witness. And being a witness creates responsibility. When you walk out of the film, that responsibility walks out with you. Key is pregnant, the first human in 18 years. And the film lets us find this out through Key herself, in a barn, revealing it almost like a joke. This scene is not accidental. Cuarón deliberately places humanity's greatest miracle inside a humble, ordinary, almost comic moment. Because for Key, this isn't a miracle. This is her body, her baby, her life. But for everyone else, it's something very different. The fishes want to use her as a tool for revolution. Julian genuinely tries to protect her, but when Julian dies, the organization's mask comes off. For Luke and the others, Key isn't a person, she's leverage. For the government, she's either a threat or a propaganda opportunity. You're humanity's future, they say. You're our hope, they say. But nobody asks, what does Key want? Where does Key want to go? What is Key afraid of? And right there the film says something devastating. Even hope gets exploited. Humanity's last chance becomes a power struggle. Everyone who wants to save Key actually wants to control her. This isn't just a 2026 problem. Throughout history, systems have weaponized the most sacred things, the most vulnerable bodies, for their own ends. Owning hope can be more dangerous than destroying it. The only person in the film who actually sees Key is Theo, not as a symbol, but as a human being who needs protecting. And that's why Theo is the one who carries that baby, nobody else. Jasper is the only truly free person in this film, outside the system, outside the state, living in the woods with his music, his cannabis, his small private world, accountable to no one, playing no one's game. Michael Caine plays him with such warmth that every scene he's in carries a kind of comfort. This man is at peace. This man is genuinely free. But you also see this. Jasper can't change anything. He watches the world, makes people laugh, offers comfort. He protects the only thing he can, a small, warm space. And in the end, even that gets taken from him. Cuarón is asking a painful question here. Do you have to be powerless in order to be truly free? Everyone who engages with the system gets compromised in some way, becomes a tool in some way. Everyone who refuses to engage can only watch. Jasper's freedom is real but ineffective. Theo's impact is real but he has no freedom. Is there a path between the two? The film doesn't answer. It asks you. In the film, humanity has lost the ability to reproduce. But that's not what Cuarón is really talking about. The real loss is this. People have stopped caring about each other. Look at the Bexhill camp. Refugees from across the world, caged. Streets burning. People walk past these images and sip their coffee. The British government presents this as routine policy. And the most unsettling thing is that nobody is shocked. Because it's been normalized. Sociologists call this the banalization of violence. Hannah Arendt wrote about the banality of evil, that atrocities are rarely produced by monsters, but by ordinary people making ordinary decisions. The camps at Bexhill didn't appear overnight. They were built step by step, each one slightly more normalized than the last. And one day everyone looks around and asks, how did this happen? But they already know. They just didn't speak up at each step along the way. Cuarón filmed this in 2006. That year it looked like Dystopia. Now you watch it and think, where have I seen this before? The most shattering moment in the film isn't the birth itself. It's what comes right after. The war stopped. The guns went silent. Soldiers, militants, people who had sworn to kill each other, all of them froze. A baby's cry rang out, and the violence stopped. Cuarón is telling us something profound here. Violence is learned behavior. We aren't born with hatred. We learn it. And when that sound broke through, people forgot what they were doing. Every piece of learned hatred was erased. For just one moment, by a single sound. But only for a moment. The instant the baby and Theo move away, the guns start firing again. Cuarón gives you that moment, then takes it back. Because hope isn't permanent. It has to be carried, protected, chosen again every single day. One cry isn't enough. And finding the Theos willing to carry it has always been this hard. The film ends on a boat. Theo isn't moving. He sits with her baby. A sound drifts in from a distance. A ship called Tomorrow. Tomorrow is coming. But Theo won't see it. And Cuarón doesn't tell you what happens inside that ship. He won't. Because this film was never about answers. What it showed us is this. Hope doesn't arrive on its own. It has to be carried. Even by someone tired, broken, and out of belief. And until that carrying is done, tomorrow doesn't come. That's Screen Psyche for this week. Until next time, sit with this question. When tomorrow arrives, where are you? See you next week.